Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Chris Alamany. This is the alberniweather.ca podcast. And I thought I would make a video tonight just to see where we are with the atmospheric river and see what to expect for the rest of the week. So you can see that I have up here, it's 12.5 degrees on the station right now. We have a little bit of wind for the first time in a while out of the southeast, gusting to 13 kilometers an hour. It has rained since midnight, 36 millimeters on my station, which I'm quite happy with. Actually, it's not underreporting. It doesn't seem, so that's good. And in the last 24 hours, we've had 50 millimeters. So that's a running total. So 24 hours ago, and the storm rain total since last Wednesday, which would include some rain melt in there, is 180 millimeters. So we've got 256 millimeters of rain so far this month, and we are nearing obviously the end of the month. So there, should be able to see it a little better there. So yeah, we'll be up around probably 300 millimeters by the end of the month there in a couple days. So that's cool. Pretty standard for January. Again, 12.5. We're at our max for the day, so that no doubt that wind came in and popped us up, and I'm going to go and look at that in a second. Why don't we go do that? So if we look at our almanac here, we can see that there's temperature indeed. So you can see that's when the wind came in. We popped up from 10.5 degrees, which is pretty much where we were for most of the day today. And the wind came in and we popped up to 12.5. So that's that Pineapple Express, the atmospheric river. You can see the wind here popped up just after 6 o'clock, around 6:30, 6 o'clock, and we've had gusts up to 35 kilometers per hour so far. So could hear it whistling a little bit outside, so I figured that was probably what was going on. Yeah, so if we just look at the webcams a little bit, obviously it's looking pretty rainy outside on the live cam, and we'll go down to the summit. You can see Alberni Summit, definitely raining hard. Coombs Junction, it doesn't look too bad. The interchange similarly looks like it might be starting to dry out a little bit. Taylor River, super rainy. Kennedy River, super rainy, or Kennedy Lake. And the Ucluelet Junction is back, which is great. So it's nice to see that webcam back up and running. There's our snow cams. Looks like the snow has definitely come down a little bit on Mount Arrowsmith. That's just gonna look here. We'll click on it and see if it'll bring us to the main page. So this is today, 8 o'clock UTC. So that's noon. So definitely lost some snow off of the trees. With this rain, it's definitely raining on the sensor on the webcam station there. So this is the snowpack behind on the east side of Mount Arrowsmith. So definitely the snow is melting up there. So it'll be contributing to the rain fed rivers. That's that. Nothing on the air quality, which is good. Just have a check at the satellite picture. Lots and lots of rain and lots of moisture coming into the west coast of North America. And that's going to continue for a little while longer before it starts to move out from Vancouver Island, and it'll mostly focus closer to Washington and Oregon. If we look at the radar, I'll just bring that up here. Here we go. Move out a little bit so it's not quite so big. There we go. We can see it all the way down the west coast. So put that in motion, and you can see it's just streaming onto the island here. So it'll be a little while before it starts to move down, but it actually looks like it's starting to move down a little bit. So that's good. But yeah, definitely lots of rain yet to come. And I would think probably by the end of tonight we'll have got up over 40 millimeters, maybe 45. Yeah, lots of rain coming in. If we want to look at some totals, this is the Weather Underground map for Port Alberni, the various stations around the valley. There's mine here is 3.66. That's I believe that is, yeah, that's the daily precipitation, which is in centimeters, not millimeters. So that's 40 millimeters, right? So 36.6 millimeters, which is what I have on my rain gauge here. So you can see that is the is it the lowest? Yeah, it looks like it's the lowest around the valley is mine. And we got a 4.85 is Nick's up by McQuina. Another 5 up by Kitsuxis. If we look out by the airport, there'll be some out Beaver Creek. Let those fill in. There's a 6 near Great Central Lake, 6.3. So that's 60 millimeters out towards Great Central Lake, 53 millimeters at Sprout Lake, 47 millimeters at the foot of the Beauforts, 48 millimeters at the Port Authority, just near the Port Authority. Oh, there's someone who's less than me, 22 millimeters, just at the top of Anderson there. So yeah, lots of variation, but it's plenty. So we're looking at anywhere between 20 to 30 millimeters and 60 millimeters closer to the mountains and by the lakes. So lots of rain out there. Let's take a look at the temperature and the wind. Bring that in. So yeah, everybody's at 10 degrees or so, except out Great Central. They're at 10. We got a 13 right down at the water. So yeah, there's lots of variation out there. Not sure why mine's not showing up, but that's okay. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so lots of 12s, 13s. So everybody's pretty much the same all around. Good. So that's kind of the current situation, and we expect this to continue for the foreseeable future here in the evening and into the night. So if I look at, I wanted to look at the River Forecast Center as well. So I'll bring that up here. River Forecast. So I don't believe, we'll see here. Oh, there you go. So they've updated the flood warning. Let's just see if they have removed Vancouver Island. Nope. So flood warning for the Squamish River and Chickamoose River. Flood watch still for Vancouver Island. This is issued this evening at 5 o'clock. So let's go see what they say here. It says initial storms have delivered 80 to 300 millimeters through most of the region since Friday, with 40 to 100 falling in the past 24 hours. So we're definitely in there. A second atmospheric river is currently bringing another round of rainfall to the coast. So that's right now. Temperatures are expected to warm during this period, and snow melt at lower and mid elevations will provide additional runoff to rivers. So that's that snow station camera that we were looking at there. Definitely raining today at noon. And it will be melting tomorrow at noon, no doubt as well. So let me just bring back. There we go. So it says rivers have risen and are expected to experience periods of high flow overnight. Peak river levels are expected to occur in most areas on Monday to Tuesday and may extend from Tuesday to Thursday for lake-driven rivers. Hydrologic modeling is indicating potential flood conditions to develop in areas with the heaviest rainfall. On Vancouver Island, this includes the Gold River, Salmon River, Somas, Sprout Rivers, Englishman River, Qualicum River, Chemainus River, Cowichan River, and other surrounding rivers. So that's definitely us in Port Alberni and all around the central Vancouver Island area. So that's the word from the BC River Forecast Center. So be aware if you are anywhere near the Somas or Sprout or Ash rivers, they are going to be high, and they will be high for the next foreseeable future. So be aware of that, and don't go too close. So I'm just going to back up here and go and see the data. There we go. So if we look at our data here for the island, here we go. So we're seeing some differences here. So higher green. So this is coming into a return period 2 to 5 years. So every 2 to 5 years that sees this kind of reading. And Sprout Lake looks like it's less, yeah, 1 to 2 years. So we're not yet seeing unusual flooding or unusual river levels. But the expectation is that that those will continue to rise. So why don't we look at the Sprout Lake and just look at the real-time data here just to get an idea of what it might look like. Since we did that last time. Here we go. So yeah, you can see it's accelerated there a little bit over the past 24 hours since the rain has really picked up and it has warmed up. We're seeing that rise in discharge and water levels. So they're expecting that to continue. Let's go look at the Ash River here. There we go. Yeah, so the Ash River is much more so. You can really see it spike up after yesterday. So this is the 29th, and it's really come up since then. So that's a big jump. So they'll be looking at that, and that's why they have that flood watch in place. Just want to see if there's any that are yellow around the island. Doesn't look like it. It looks like the Ash River is the highest right now in terms of return period. Salmon River near Sayward also looking high. So and then what's this one in the interior? Green River at Narren Falls. Yeah, so it looks like on the island, the Ash River and the Salmon River up by Sayward are running the highest as far as historical. So so there you go. We'll keep an eye on that, and please do keep an eye on the BC River Forecast Center. Listen for any warnings or anything that they might issue as this rain continues. Let's go look at the special weather statement that they still have in place. I don't think there's anything different, really. It says heavy rain is expected tonight, will ease off by Tuesday morning, and then the next wave of precipitation is expected Wednesday morning. So let's go look at that. Let's bring up the model here and look at that progression. So we'll just be looking at the model from earlier today. They haven't yet started the 0Z model. So this is from earlier today. And let's look at the higher. There we go. Let's zoom this in a little bit. There we go. So maybe not that much. So here's our model. Just wait for it to come back around. It does look like we might get some clear spaces out into the weekend. There we go. So this is this morning. So this was the forecast for this morning. 1 o'clock on to 4 o'clock on to 7 o'clock. So you could see the Port Alberni area and Courtenay area have really been in the rain for the entire day. Now looking into the evening tonight, this is 7 to 10 p.m. You can see that it's come on to the entire island. We can see that wind backing it up. So that's the wind that we've experienced just in the past hour or so. And it says by the 10 to 1 a.m. Hour tonight, it should start to lighten up on the north side of the island and on the west coast, and then the rest of the island early tomorrow morning, 1 to 4 a.m. on Tuesday. So still be pretty wet in Vancouver for the commute there, but it should be mostly dry on the island. Looks like there's still some rain hanging on there in Victoria tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. So so that clears out by Tuesday afternoon. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a few breaks, but then you see this this large mass of precipitation come straight in at us on Wednesday. So this is Wednesday early morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday. So so this is around midnight, Tuesday, Wednesday, coming onto the island. And full on rain early Wednesday morning into the sunrise on Wednesday. So we could see strong rainfall on the west coast, in the mountains, into Port Alberni, into Courtenay and Campbell River, and into Nanaimo down to Cowichan. Looks like Victoria is in the rain shadow there, so that's good on them. Yeah, continuing through Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon, and then starting to dissipate by Wednesday evening. So Wednesday evening, still a little band here in Port Alberni, but the rest of the island is starting to dry out Wednesday night, and then it finally dries out pretty much for good on overnight Wednesday into Thursday. So so really it's Wednesday that we'll be looking at the highest amount of rainfall. And after that, we have this very sort of disorganized bunch of precipitation, just sort of pockets that are going to come through. You can see it's still impacting the island here, still impacting Port Alberni, not so much on the east side on Friday and Thursday, and then still impacting us, just, you know, patches of rain and showers here and there, but probably enough for you to notice. We look like it's going to start to dry out Saturday, and we can see the winds have shifted here. The low is down to the south of us. The winds shift to the north, and that usually means that we're going to clear out and cool off a little bit. So so it looks like Saturday maybe we will see a bit of the sun. And those northerly winds will definitely come through Nanaimo and possibly Tofino as well. But we should see some sun hopefully Saturday and Sunday as well. So that's good. Yeah. So so that's kind of the outlook for the next few days. I'm just going to back up here and look at the closer image so we can see what to expect for Wednesday when we get our next wave. Let me bring that in. Here we go. Actually, I'm going to go back out and I'm going to show you the 24-hour precipitation. Here we go. So if we look at how much we can expect for this is 4 a.m. Tuesday. So from Monday to 4 a.m. Tuesday, it's expecting light blue for Port Alberni. That's an inch, so 25 millimeters or so. Let's see for the next one here, the next 24 hours. So 4 a.m. Tuesday into 4 a.m. Wednesday, you can see that it's starting to pick up on the West Coast, another inch, 25 millimeters on the West Coast, less in Port Alberni. So we'll have that bit of a break on Tuesday. And then if we look at Wednesday into Thursday, we get another 25 millimeters in Port Alberni, more like 50 millimeters in the Highlands out to the West Coast, 20 to probably to 30 on the West Coast, and a little less on the east side of the island. So I would say we're looking at, if we just back up again here, so into 4 a.m. Tuesday into 4 a.m. Wednesday. So that that full Tuesday picture, probably only about 10 millimeters. And then Wednesday, when we get that next bout of rain, another 25 millimeters for Port Alberni. So you can see another 25 millimeters for Vancouver, another 25 or more for Courtenay, probably more than that in Campbell River from that Wednesday event. So we have plenty of rain coming, and that will impact the rivers and snowpack. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to cover for today. Again, if you want to see any of this stuff, the cameras, especially the snowpack cameras, are on the webcam page on my site. You're welcome to go there and check it out. If you want to check out the river forecast data, you can find that link on my webpage. If you go under reports and links and look for the rivers, fire and smoke, you'll find the River Forecast Center. You can also find the warnings and watches that they've posted up there. They usually post a new warning or watch around 10 o'clock, either in the morning or in the evening. So look for those times, but they kind of post them whenever they think that there's something that's worth updating. So always a good idea to go and check on it and just see if there's anything new on that website. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this is useful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the YouTube chat, and I can get to them and maybe address them in another video. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching. This is Chris Alamany, alberniweather.ca. Thanks.